Ladies and gentlemen, now we are back with one of our most significant and important panels. First, I want to represent our guests, Mr. Ludmil Georgiev, our Global Corporate Coordinator, Mr. Mauricio Garavito, our LATAM Corporate Coordinator, and Mr. Jin Fun, our Corporate Coordinator for China. Gentlemen, welcome. Can you please provide us more detailed information about the recently implemented position of Global Corporate Coordinator in our network and what is the meaning for us?
This is a very important question for the whole project because our business model is specific in two ways. Our distribution chain is based on the multi-level marketing and more specifically network marketing business model. And at the same time, the company is managing from the corporate side with the corporate management. And in this case, it's very important both sides of the business model to speak common languages. And the position of corporate coordinator is needed because of that. And actually, we are the bridge between the community in the face of our network organizations and the corporate messages which have to be sent to them from the corporate head office. This is very important for three of us, and maybe we will have more corporate coordinators in the other continents as well, to speak both languages and to translate to the corporate people the language of the network and the way around to translate the corporate language to our community.
Is this the key importance to have these regional positions?
I think yes, because every market, like a continent or like a region, is specific. We need people from there, and like our corporate force here, Mr. Mauricio Garavito knows very well the Latin American market because he's from Colombia, even though he has some European part of his blood, but he understands very well characteristics of the Latin American market as a whole. That's why we need regional corporate coordinators, because they know the specifics and the characteristics of the markets there, and they understand very well the people, because this is our business model is a business model for we are working with people always.
Yes. So it is very important just to remark here that the importance of this position, because every region is different, every region has different needs. So that's why we are a bridge between the community in LATAM in this case and the company. And we are going to help all the people, all the IMAs in different ways.
Yes, and as we're talking about a unique region, I want to invite Mr. Jin Fun to say some words about this unique region like the Chinese.
Yes, as Mr. Ludmil said, China is a very specific region. We need to have this country board. This is the right way for members to get support from the headquarters, and this is our job to support them, help them. They should work together, all the leaders, all the members, and develop the business together in China.
Yes, Jin. In fact, this is a very important opportunity that the community has in order to get closer to the company. The company is working very differently as it was working before. So it's very important the community to understand that this is a very big and important opportunity to them to be closer to the company nowadays.
It's also very important to understand the language of the market that you are. Can you send our regards to our Chinese members, just in very short Chinese sentences?
大家好，一起加油。
That's a very good example. I still remember our last global corporate event in Colombia before several months, and there we were talking about the concept of the country board. Can you please provide us a little more information about the development of that concept?
The country board's concept is very important because it's starting from the foundation of the community, in particular countries. Later on, we are going to have a structure which will be on continental level. We will have a continental boards in every continent, and from the continental boards will appear the leaders which will be included in the structure of the global board for the network of
Yes,
One
Ludmil,
Ecosystem.
but I would like to remark something very important there, which is the country board is going to work with the people who represents the whole nation. Yes. Here we are not going to work with teams. The people who are going to be seated in the country board are people who represent the whole nationalities, the whole nation, the whole teams. So it is important here to work with whatever people or whichever team they are coming from. That is a very important issue here.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Looking in this way, actually country boards are unifying units because they are unifying people from different teams. Yeah. Teams from time to time they are competing each other with how they are making good results, how they are working with people. I mean, there are different features of their daily based job. But in the country boards, everyone is working for the national interest and they have to work together and unify.
It is very important here to remark, Ludmil, that the country board here are going to start working in a very important sense to control the community.
Mr. Garavito, you use the word control. What kind of control do you mean?
Yes, this controlled in a very good sense. It's important to be understandable. This topic is that we must start promoting the project in the correct way. In the past, as you remember, many people start doing this business or promoting the business as an investment.
Investment opportunity, which is not right.
That is one of the controls that we would like to implement here, and to know and to see and to permanently start looking how the IMAs are doing this business.
Yes.
Yes, they're from the same country, so they should be team players, because if all leaders work together, that's the only way to bring up the project, right, and develop their local markets.
Actually, this is the soul of network marketing business model, working together.
Of course, yes.
Exactly.
And in that in mind, again, Mr. Garavito can provide us a very good example with the Mexican country board. Can you please discuss a little bit more?
Yes, I have mentioned here in different meetings about the Mexican example, and I would like to hear to mention it here again. Although we have several country boards already established in Peru, in Ecuador, in Colombia, and in Mexico, the real country board who is working nowadays as it should be working is the Mexican one. And the important, or the secret here of how they are working like that, why they are working like that, is because they are one team. So they are working very well through the whole meetings that they have for the legal issues, the taxes issues, with lawyers, with KYC, with marketing, with everything. So they are working very well, and they don't disturb the work of the other people from the country boards. So it's a good example.
This is what China should learn from, in fact, because
it's good to have good examples. We can give another two examples for good working country boards. Those are Romanian one and the one from Switzerland. Yes. And for sure, China can learn some from this experience.
Yes,
exactly.
So,
I agree.
This is a very good tool in order to stop this fights that are starting to appear between the different teams and people. So it is very important to have in mind this concept.
It's very good that you've mentioned ambassadors, because later on in our digital event we will have a very, very important message from our LATAM ambassadors, Ms. Maribel Martinez and Mr. Raul Pasos. So stay with us, and we are all of us, we are waiting for the important message and important news to share.
Yes, but I would like to share also that here the ambassadors are doing a very good job just presenting the opportunity. to the whole community around the different countries that they are going, and I am just going to join to them for the next trips. But it's important here to understand that the community understand that we must work as a team also, ambassadors with the corporate coordinators. So it is very important because that's the unity that we have to show to the rest of the community.
You see, so the leaders of the network in the face of country boards are working together with the ambassadors and with coordination of our part as a whole. We are working together for organizing events in different countries, in different continents, and we are continuing this way for the future because not only the corporate organized events are important, local events are important very much.
Yes, as you just mentioned events, I would like to come up with some information for our members of the network. We're having a local event in China, November. Mm-hmm. So we use this opportunity to invite all our members and IMAs to brainstorm, meet each other, enjoy their time and discuss the future business.
Jin, we are very impatient and we are looking forward for this amazing event, I'm sure, in China. But upcoming next event, it's going to be in Quito, Ecuador.
Yes, next September 24th, we are going to have a gorgeous event, a very important event in Quito, because it's going to be the first event organized by the ambassadors and powered by the company. So it's a very good example of how to work as a team in this event. We are expecting about 2,000 people. And I'm sure it's going to be a very good convention. I would like to invite everybody from Latam and from any other country who would like to come. And it will be a very exciting event. And it's very important for the region and for the company the way it's going to be held this event.
Latin American One Ecosystem Convention. The title of the event is very motivational as well. So you see now how all the structures are functioning together. Ambassadors with our coordination are working with the country teams, organizing events together, and then the community is taking this product and developing their markets better and better.
Yes, and that's the way we all should start working.
Absolutely.
As one team, supporting the whole company and the whole project.
This is how China should be managed as well.
We will go to this direction for sure.
We're going to get more detailed information for our upcoming event in Ecuador directly from the organizers, the ambassadors of the LATAM region. Please stay with us. We're waiting with a lot of passion. But before that, gentlemen, I want to thank you for your participation in this panel. Please share with us your last words from the corporate coordinators.
Yes, in my case, I just like to invite the people to work in a different way. This is a big opportunity that we have, working with the coordinators, working with the country boards, and we have a different way to work. I just want to invite the people who are part of the country board and the ambassador also to start working in a different way from now on, so we will have a different company, different results from what we have had up to date.
So for China, I want to wish everybody to be team player, help each other. This is the right way to grow the network, attract new members, and stay together. Share only the information through us, the coordinators, instead of some groups online. So we are your channel to the corporate headquarters.
Sounds very good. Actually, all efforts that appeared here in this short discussion are showing to me personally, I'm sure to you as well, and go to all the members of the community that everything we are doing is of help of developing their businesses, their individual businesses. So in this way, they can get bigger results, they can be more happy, they can help their family in great way, and everybody from the ecosystem can grow like individuals.
Once again, thank you, gentlemen, for this really interesting conversation. I hope that we've provided the network with much needed information. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in a little while.